maybe prejudiced about try to understand both perspectives.
Paper cranes folded by donated to the Harry Truman Library on November 19th. They are displayed there. This was made possible after Daniel persuaded concerned people. Daniel says the cranes represent the Japanese view of the bombings. He says he hopes exhibiting the cranes will help American people think about the atomic bombings from the opposite angle. Masahiro says he is more than happy to see this.
Again, turning point, a way to talk, a way to learn about each other, a way to understand the other's point of view. Decide, put that behind us and move forward together.
Sadako's paper cranes transcend time in connecting Japan and the United States. They serve as a milestone showing the way to reconciliation instead of making the past a source of conflict.
It's a very small crane folded with whatever paper was available at that time. But the small paper crane is connecting Japan and the United States and giving the countries an opportunity to reflect on history. Everywhere in the world, the interpretation of history is a very difficult matter. But to understand that history can be perceived differently by different people is the first step towards building a better future. This is a lesson that this little crane and the relationship between the two men have taught us.
Now the news in brief. Japan's Land and Infrastructure Ministry says faulty components have been found in 556 bridges in 45 of the country's prefectures. None were found in Kagawa and Nagasaki. The ministry conducted a survey after substandard welding was found in components designed to reinforce bridges along national roads against earthquakes. The survey found irregularities in 12 companies, including one in Fukui City where the problem first surfaced. The ministry has called on subsidiaries to repair or replace the faulty components.
Tokyo police have sent papers to prosecutors on 6 retired and serving officers of the self-defense forces for allegedly leaking a defense-related document to a former Russian military attaché. The 6 include the Ground Self-Defense Forces former Lieutenant General Kazushige Izumi. Papers also on the former Russian attaché, Sergei Kovalyov. Kovalyov has already returned to Russia and published a book on the SDF. Police say they requested through the Foreign Ministry that he turn himself in, but that he refused.
Toshiba plans to carry out measures since its accounting scandal surfaced this year. It is to drastically change its semiconductor operations. It's in Iwate and Oita prefectures and staff it. The company plans to apply an early retirement program or job relocation to about 1,200 workers at the facilities.
Leading publisher Sanseido came under fire last year while government screening of the text was still underway. The publisher was also accused of handing 50,000 each participant called an editorial meeting. An in-house investigation by the publisher has found that similar meetings had been held a number of times and cash had been handed out to a total of 53 people. Investigators say so the selection of textbooks for use at schools in the region by local boards of education. Sanseido is to turn in a report on the investigation to the Education Ministry next week.
The governor of Fukushima has informed the central government of his decision to accept its plan to dispose of radioactive materials from the 2011 nuclear accident. Masao Uchibori conveyed his decision to Environment Minister Tamayo Marukawa today. Uchibori says it's a tough decision, but he says he will approve the plan restore the environment in his prefecture and rebuild local communities as soon as possible. Under the plan, the government is to nationalize a private sector facility in Tomioka Town and turn it into a permanent disposal site for contaminated waste. It plans to build similar facilities in 5 other prefectures, but the plans have stalled mainly due to local opposition.
U.S. electric vehicle maker Tesla Motors has unveiled plans to begin online sales of its autopilot feature in Japan before the year end, after being given approval by authorities. The feature can be installed in Tesla cars sold in Japan earlier. The semi-self-driving technology allows the driver to change lanes simply by manipulating the blinker. The car automatically changes speed based on its distance from the car in front. Tesla CEO John McNeil expressed readiness to offer the function to make driving safer.
Now the weather. We need to be prepared for stormy weather ahead. We have Yokohama. Into tomorrow, in northern Japan and Hokuriku, there could be violent winds, high winds, snowstorms, and heavy snow. Caution is advised. This is past 5 p.m. in Hakodate City in Hokkaido. After 4:30 in Urakawa City, maximum instantaneous wind velocity of 95 kilometers per hour was observed. Visibility can be very low, and it could affect transportation. Let us look at the wind pattern. Into tomorrow from northern Japan to Hokuriku, there are going to be very strong westerlies, especially in Tohoku region. During the midday, the winds could ease. However, towards the evening, it will intensify. The maximum instantaneous wind velocity in Hokkaido, Tohoku, and Hokuriku will be 125 kilometers velocity, and snow could turn into blizzards. Let us look at the rain and wind, snow forecast. And Hokuriku and also northern Japan along the snow will persist. Midday, snow could turn into rain or otherwise subside. From evening, it will again in the north. In Hokkaido, along the Sea of Japan, we could see there's the snow. And in Tohoku, along the mountains, there could be 40 centimeters of snow. Intensify towards Sunday. Please stay on guard. And these are the times at which caution is advised from 9 a.m. in Hokkaido and Tohoku into Sunday. Violent winds could persist in also Hokuriku. About 6 a.m. tomorrow, caution is necessary. There could be snow and blizzards. This could disrupt transportation, and accumulation of snow and power lines and violent winds could lead to a power failure. Let us look at the weather chart. We will see very strong winter pressure patterns. And it's 972 hectopascals at the center of the pressure system, and therefore from northern to Japan to Hokuriku, there will be violent winds, caution is advised, and also from Hokkaido to Tohoku, there could be snowstorms. And the isobars will be more evenly spread in the west, and winds will subside. Clear skies could ease the cold.
The regional forecast: Kyushu, Okinawa, Chugoku, and Shikoku will have occasional sunshine. It will spread in the Sanin region. Overnight lows will be about 8 degrees in most areas. It will be 3 degrees in Okayama. The daytime highs will be around 15 degrees in most areas. Kansai, Tokai, and Tokuriku. It will be rainy or snowy in Kansai and Tokai till morning, but it will be sunny during the day. It will be extremely windy till dawn in Hokuriku and rain intermittently. Mountainous regions will have snow. Overnight lows will be less than 8 degrees. It will be 5 degrees in Nagoya. Daytime highs will be about 13 degrees in most areas. Kanto, Koshinetsu, and Shizuoka. Sunny skies are expected for most areas, but snow is expected till dawn in some parts of northern Kanto and Nagano. Niigata will experience gusts till dawn. It will also rain on and off. Mountainous regions will have Overnight lows will be colder than today in many areas. Temperatures